Assalamu alaikum all. Good day all. How are you? How are you enjoying the holiday? I hope the holiday is fine. Remember that coronavirus is real, but what you just need to do is to maintain a high level of hygiene and you will be what? Fine. Today we want to talk about direct and indirect speech. Yes, we want to talk about direct and indirect speech, and what we are simply going to be concentrating on is to be looking at examples of direct and indirect what? Speech. Now, you are in grade 6 now. Of course, remember you did direct and indirect speech in grade 4. Yes. Remember you did it in grade 4? So we are just simply going to look at more examples of direct and indirect speech. But before we proceed, let's simply ask ourselves, what type of speech do we refer to as what? Direct speech. What type of speech do we refer to as direct speech? Direct speech is simply refers to the exact words that what comes out of the mouth of what? A speaker. The exact words that a speaker uses without changing them is what we refer to as what? Direct speech. The exact words of a speaker. I am talking now. I've said so. I am talking now. That's I am talking now is direct speech because that is the exact words that are coming out of my mouth. What about indirect speech? What type of speech do we refer to as indirect speech? Remember, we can also call indirect speech reported what? Speech. We can call them reported speech. Why is it that we can call indirect speech reported speech? Because they are not the exact words of a speaker. Rather, you are reporting what a speaker has what? Said. That is what we say. That's why we say we can call indirect speech reported what? Speech. Yes, in indirect speech, you don't use the exact words of what? A speaker. Your own words are mixed up with that of the word speaker. But in direct speech, your words are not mixed up with that of the word the speaker. In direct speech, you separate the speaker's words from whoever is reporting it. Now, let's look at our examples that we have. The first one we have here is, I am hungry. I am hungry, said Audu. I am hungry, said Audu. Now, if you look what we have here, before we have I, you can see that we open what? Quotation. After hungry, we did what? We close quotation. Simply telling you what? That what we have quoted here is what? Direct word speech. That the exact words that came out of the mouth of Audu. That is why we have quotation here. To let you know that these are the words that Audu would use. Is this type of word, this type of expressions that we call direct speech. I am hungry, said Audu. Musa took Ade's pen, said the little boy. I have bought a new book, BC said. The boys have eaten their food, confirmed the teacher. I don't know if you notice something in all these expressions that I have given. I will repeat it. You can see that in all the expressions we have here, we have the quotation mark. Where the quotation mark starts and where it ends is what we refer to as what? The direct speech, because they are the exact words that are coming out from the speaker mouth. Why we simply write said Audu is to tell you who what made this word expression. That is why we simply write said Audu, for you to know who made the expression. Same also applies here. Musa took Ade's pen. said the little word boy. Musa took Ade's pen. Those are the words that came out from the little that came out of the little boy's mouth. Musa took Ade's pen. I have bought a new book. Who said that? Bisi did. Yes. I have bought a new book. Bisi said. These are the words that came out from Bisi. Now the boys have eaten their food. That word, the words came for what? The teacher's what? Mouth. Take note of this quotation. They help you to know that, okay, these are what? Direct what? Speech. That the words of the speaker. Now, let's take a look at indirect speech. Remember what I said indirect speech is? They are the words, the indirect speech are not the exact words of what? A speaker. They are not the exact words of speaker. Rather, they are reported what? Words. That's why we say that we can call it indirect speech or reported what? Speech. Yes, we can call it indirect speech or reported what? Speech. Now, Audu said that he was hungry. Audu said that he was hungry. Look at the first one in the direct speech that we have here. Said, I am hungry, said Audu. That is direct speech, right? I am hungry. Audu has said that. He has said it to somebody. Now that person is going to what? To report to another person. I am hungry, said Audu. Somebody now goes to another and said, Audu said that he was what? Hungry. Audu said that he was hungry. Now look at the next one. Musa took Ade's pen, said the little boy, in direct speech. Now in indirect speech, I have the little boy said that Musa took Ade's pen. The little boy said that Musa took Ade's pen. Now, I have bought a new book, Bisi said. I have bought a new book, Bisi said. Indirect speech, what do you have there? Bisi said that she had bought a new book. Bisi said that she had bought a new book. The last expression that we have there, the boys have eaten their food. Those are the words that came from the mouth of the teacher. The boys have eaten their food. Now, someone is reporting what the teacher has said. And he simply said, the teacher confirmed that the boys had eaten their food. I want you to take a look at all the indirect speech that we have here. You see something? The quotation mark that we have in direct speech, we are not having that same quotation mark in indirect speech. Do you know why? It is simple. Because all this word expression that I have here, they are not the exact expression that came out from the speaker's word mouth. They have been mixed up with other words. That is why you cannot use word quotation marks for them, because they are no more the exact words from the speaker. You have mixed them up. You should be able to differentiate between direct speech and indirect word speech. Remember your quotation in direct speech, and the quotation does not have what? In indirect speech, you don't have what? Such quotation. Now, you were simply going to do this for me. Let me say, if you can't do this for me, Yes. Yes. I believe that you should be able on your own to give examples, more examples of direct speech and more examples of indirect speech. So what you are simply going to do for me, you are going to construct 2 examples of direct word speech. Remember your quotation while constructing your direct speech. Don't forget your quotation marks if you are constructing it. If you don't include your quotation marks while constructing your direct speech, that means you are what? Totally wrong. You are totally wrong. So you don't need to neglect your quotation marks. Make sure that you include your quotation marks in the direct speech that you are going to construct. When you are done constructing examples of direct speech, you will now also do what? Construct 2 other examples of indirect word speech. Those are the little things you are simply what? Going to do. I believe this explanation is what? Clear. In our next class, we look at what? Something else. Have a nice day.